take it
What do those guys know? They're only selling the shit. Doesn't mean they know shit.
What do you mean? You think I should bring it back and have them shake it again?
No, I think you should stir it. Don't you always take stir sticks when you
Yeah.
paint?
I also bought like a metal mixer that I can put on my electric screwdriver to.
Ooh. That'll spit all over the place. That you didn't need. You just use a paint stick. Kind of like dig it up from the bottom carefully.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I was there. I'd paint that little beauty for you. What color is it?
It's just white.
But you gotta paint it again? Only time
There's
I
stains, because
good shape.
it flooded, so there was all the staining on the walls from all the moisture.
Oh, whoa! I don't know if the paint's gonna cover that without a primer.
No, I can wipe down most of the stains.
Well, you sure should first. They got a product called TSP.
I know.
Trisodium phosphate.
I know. I literally just, you can use a wet rag and paper towel. I don't need to scrub all the freaking walls. It's too much work. And that chemicals, you're dealing with all that chemicals. It's like, this is the thing I hate about painting is you're literally exposing yourself to all these chemicals. It gets all over your skin. It's such a pain in the
There's a real
ass.
prep period. That's what painters get $5 for, is that prep work.
Yeah.
Tarping everything down, taping it. But it's still not worth it to me because I can invest in a $5 roll of tape and do the baseboards. I'm glad I'm done painting. It is. I painted this whole damn place myself. Every wall, ceiling, it's over. Now don't paint during the heat of the day. Start getting that, get out there in the morning while it's still nice and cool, have the doors and windows up, and roll it out. Do you have a Harbor Freight near you? I don't think so.
No.
Matt?
No.
That's where you get the best prices on that paint stuff. I bought myself a Sawzall yesterday. I'll leave it in my will for you. Yeah. So everything else okay? You okay?
Yeah, things are going fine. I just gotta keep moving. That's it, and everything will be okay.
Yeah. That's what Aunt Linda said probably about a year ago. She said, you gotta keep moving. Because when you get older, I don't really like doing paperwork anymore. I don't really like housekeeping, cleaning anymore. I'm even slowing down on cooking. It's like all of a sudden, bam-o.
Yeah, cooking.
It's hitting me. I'm slowing down.
Did you or Samantha ever get that thyroid treatment surgery where they cut into your neck?
No, but Aunt Linda had that when she was a kid.
Really? As a kid she had it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess they wanted one of the 5 daughters to get caught up in some kind of surgery so they can make some money.
What I don't understand is how you're the baby of the family, right?
Yeah.
So how the hell how is Nancy doesn't have the same father as you? But what, did your mom get back together with your dad after
my mother went outside her marriage? And Nancy was created, and I believe that's why I was created, to cover her indiscretion up.
See, that's so conspiratorial. It's like you think you were a cover-up baby. It's so stupid.
You know what? I like myself. I do, because I can see that I just kept on pushing forward, although I was like kind of left out there all by myself. Even when I was a young child, you're on your own.
Yeah, but I mean,
myself
I know.
Because of my succeeding, but and it really doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Who your mother is or who your father is.
Exactly. That's
if
my
you
point.
grab on and hook in,
Yeah.
that's the only way. That's the only way it happens for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say when you.
Else?
That's why I'm making fun of you when you say you're a cover-up baby. I'm like, yeah, like you just came up with the correct answer, but you know, I was just wondering because, like, how the hell does a woman get back with the man that? Well, I guess it makes sense now that I think about it, but it's still.
Well, think about. I just thought of this. So Nancy was the fourth child. Mom was probably out of her mind, right? She's got 3 kids already. Now she's got a 4th one. So just having those 3 tipped her over the edge to having an indiscretion moment.
Uh-huh.
But when I was just a teenager, she invited me out to lunch, which was really off. That was out of the norm. And we go to meet this guy in a restaurant. His name was Mike. And I had to endure having lunch with a man that she's having an affair with.
Mm-hmm.
And Nancy finds a love letter in my mom's purse. And she shows it to me. And she says, show it to Dad. That was George.
Mm-hmm.
My stepdad. Show it to George. So I did. I just handed it to him. And I don't know the discussion that he and my mom had. But this guy was flowering my mother with gifts. And I think that's when she started those babysittings out of the house.
Mm.
So that she could have them come over to her babysittings. Because don't you find that odd? That she's babysitting other families' children, leaving her own kids. Nancy and I were left in the house.
Mm-hmm.
She would come over to our house and make a sandwich. And Nancy and I would let ourselves in the door. We had a key because we'd walk home from school and have our lunch and then lock the house back up and walk back to school.
Mm-hmm.
While my mom's at the other person's house.
I have this book about.
Anyway, I thought of an idea. Here's a suggestion. No, an opinion. I think Trump is promoting crypto because he wants to close down the Treasury because it's a big waste of money.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of start fresh and anew where we have control because the U.S. has completely lost control of all the agencies that run it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's way too much fat. So he's trimming off that fat. And he's got his hand in crypto himself. So he stands to make money.
Mm.
Anyway, that's my opinion. I took a 2-hour and 20-minute walk with my neighbor today.
Nice.
That was a big walk. We walked until put trails in behind their big ass building.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy introduced me to those trails. And it's kind of nice. God, we just talk politics and news. And he's great. He's a married guy. He's a man that did all the plaster work here for me. And he was a Catholic, so he went to Catholic schools. And he lives in Naperville.
Naperville's very popular now.
Have you met anybody exciting lately?
Yeah, I met this girl, but she's moving back to Germany, so it's not going anywhere.
Cut them off when things aren't even looking good, right? I've always wasted my time hanging too long.
You know, I was kind of upset, and then I did some yoga in the park, and I looked up at this beautiful tree, and it you know, some kind of like a eucalyptus tree or something, but looked so amazing. I was just like, the message was everything will be okay. You know, like don't you know, don't be upset about anything. Just day by day, and that's it. Like people
Well,
come,
you know what it
people
was?
go.
You were seeing the moment, the beauty, spring. Spring is kind of like a blessing
Yeah.
in itself, and you were appreciating the moment.
Yeah.
Don't read any more into it than that.
No, that's
You
it.
were being thankful.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that I got the message.
Yeah, nice, isn't it? I get those little epiphanies every so often too. I'm so glad that I took that breath, because there it was. I don't get them too often, but I sure do recognize them when I do get one.
Marriage is like the perfect analogy to debt, meaning that you create this essentially an artificial contract which involves all these unknown third parties in the future. Um,
Who are those third parties?
Judges, lawyers, police,
Oh,
counselors, society, basically.
okay, okay.
So I was just saying, I was listening to Bill Maher, and he was saying that marriage jokes are very popular because marriage sucks. So it's fun to make fun of it. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you find somebody you really like and everything is going well, you know, it's a beautiful blessing. So that's where I want to be. But unfortunately, because I have this lawyer and a judge up my ass,
Right.
um, you know, it adds another layer of penetration to all my relationships. And
That's where a girl's gonna take a hike.
well, my point is, if a girl's gonna take a hike, and then maybe she's not really interested. Well, the point is, she's not interested in me. So it's like I guess I need to unfuck my situation to get a girl
No,
interested
actually,
again.
it's actually
It's a filter, basically.
like you said, if the girl's into you, she will step up with your problems. But you gotta tell her the truth. And then, it's not a bad, what you did, 2019, property values dropped. It was all a bank win-win situation. And you said, fuck you, I'm out. That's exactly what you did. Now, when she tells her parents that, that's the other layer you're talking about.
Yeah.
They'll probably say, just keep going, honey, keep going.
Yeah.
You, I know I would if you were my kid and your girlfriend was in that dire strait.
Well, that makes me kind of jaded about love, meaning that it's not really about. It's not even about It's not even about attraction.
The apartment building.
Well, what I'm saying is, I mean, love is. I mean, you should. I guess it's a good way to actually do like a diagnostic on love. You know, both ways, whether it's not really love and it really is about arrangement, or providing security. So, yeah, I mean, I understand it from the position of like an animalistic position where that man has to go out there and come back home with meat. So, um, that's basically the situation.
Some girls gonna say, yeah, we can live there. We can pay that mortgage. It doesn't matter to me. It's not my building. But as long as we got a nice apartment in our lap, we'll live there.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is there's always levels, meaning somebody who's living in a Roach Motel studio, in a shitty part of the town, if you can fall in love with somebody that's something significantly better than you, you've just improved your situation. But that person is usually like a low quality tenant, somebody you don't even want to rent to begin with. So
We're not talking about renters. We're talking about girlfriends. girlfriend.
Well, what I'm saying is, I'm already living with people in this building. You know, it's like ridiculous. It's like a big house. I live with 2 people, 3 people. I mean, if somebody else moves in, I mean, the whole thing is, if you don't have a kid, mom, there's like no reason to live with somebody. To tell you the truth, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, because what's the point of living with you if we're not like creating a baby and raising a child? Like, I just find it to be kind of, you can enjoy your boundaries. I'll enjoy my boundaries, but I prefer my peace and quiet by myself. I mean, I think
It
that's
is
just my
nice to
truth.
have somebody like once a week
Yeah.
committed to having dinner over at their house, or they come over to your house, you split it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go dancing with them when there's music to go out. That was pretty nice. I'm really missing that with that guy.
Well, that's
But
dating.
that guy
That's going
was
out on a
nuts.
date. There's lots of people who want to go out on dates, but there's a lot of people who also don't want to pay for dates, and thus they're just looking for sex. And those are like sociopath or just basically drug addicts. They're sex addicts.
Or maybe they're looking to hook a guy with qualifications.
A lot of it is spam too. A lot of people are just talking on these apps, and like it's all just spam. So I don't know.
And what a waste of time.
It is a huge waste of time.
I haven't seen anybody. My health club's full of girls that have their camel toe hanging out with these skinny spandex panties on.
I know. I went to the gym today, and there's just so many beautiful women that I'm like, all you have to do is have confidence and communicate and ask if they're interested in going out on a date. I mean, that's all. It's not, I'm past the shyness aspect, but it's also, I just want to work out. But, it's in the summertime, I'm going to be asking, beautiful girls if I can get their number and take them out on dates. I mean, I don't have a problem, trying to talk to people. A lot of it is just the motivation.
If they don't like a date that you're not paying for anything, and you just take a walk and talk, that's the only way you can really see what. Let's say they see a dime on the ground.
Mama,
they bend over to pick up the dime and they're excited. Look, I found a dime.
Mom, a lot of women, unfortunately, they just don't like to drink $1.50 Miller High Life. I don't see any difference between that and a $20 cocktail. But a lot of girls, they just, they want. I think girls who get everything paid for, it's exhilarating for them, and they feel like they're walking on a cloud. And you can, if you buy somebody $100, $200 dinner, $300 dinner, the joy that immediately comes out of them at that exact moment, it's because they feel like, God's grace is pouring down riches to them at every moment, and you're just that guy on a Tuesday, then there's somebody else on a Wednesday and a Thursday. I mean, I don't know, there's some girls that live like that, it's the Marilyn Monroe dream, I suppose, if you're really beautiful and you work it, because again, it's all spam, and there are girls talking to hundreds of people on their phones. So it's a crazy way to live your life, because it's spam. You have no real peace of mind. You're kind of a.
Let me tell you, when I was having that guy come over to my house for dinner, it would take me a couple of days to grind up walnuts and put cocoa with it and make these like dessert balls and marinate my meat. And it gave me a chance to shave my legs, paint my eyebrows, look good, look sexy, feel good, cook my ass off, have him come over. It felt so damn good. But he was an uncommunicative user, liked service, he had a lot of money, didn't spend any, didn't bring anything except maybe a handful of cherry tomatoes or rotten pears that he picked up off his ground under his tree. But I felt, until I finally said to myself, why are you spending your money making these appetizers, main encore, and dessert for this show off my culinary skill? You see, you don't really need to take somebody out to dinner. If you can impress somebody with your cooking and they're appreciative because you know that they don't know how to cook, and if you get into that deal once a week, you go to her place 1 week, she comes to your place 1 week, and if she can't come up with a menu because she's, not a cook, then the two of you put your heads together and you come up with the diet menu. Don't you find that engaging?
Mm-hmm.
That would help you, push you forward too, into figuring out food. Oh, I got a story to tell you. I went to a barbecue across the street, a graduation party for the autistic son, graduated high school. So this lady sitting at the table I was at, she says, "I know you." He said, "You do?" I said, "I don't know you." She says, "Yeah, we work together in the Pete in Park Ridge." She says, "I was only 18. And you were about 30, 31. I said, "Yeah, that is the age I was when I was working over there." And she says, "I remember what a hard worker you were." She says, "I asked you to hold the dustpan while I swept it into the pan, and you said to me, 'Here's how you do it. Put your left hand on the dustpan, you put your right hand on the broom, and you sweep your own dustpan full.'" And she says, "I remember how physically fit you were. I really was enamored by you." And then she talked to me about, remember that place you wanted to work at, the Edison Park Inn?
Uh-huh.
Remember that along the railroad track?
Yeah.
She says it's even expanded more. And she said Trader Joe's and Whole Foods went in Park Ridge. She said La Peepa's gone. But what an interesting, oh yeah, she went to high school with some of Jim Chittister's children. How do you like that small world?
Small world after all. All right, well, I want to try to save some sunlight here, and I have probably fucking 10 hours of work ahead of me. Who knows how long it'll take me to paint this stupid place. One coat is never enough, so thanks for the call. I hope you're doing well and had a great day, and let's talk later this week.
Okay, let me ask you one thing. Do you get up on a ladder and cut the ceiling and the wall in? You don't paint the ceiling.
No, the ceiling needs to be painted too.
It needs to be white.
Yeah, it's gonna
to
be white.
reflect the light.
The whole thing is white.
Whole thing's white?
Yep.
And what shine did you get? The satin, the flat, or the...
Satin. I think satin.
You got satin? That's what you should have got. You did that right. Did you take all the wall plates off the light switches and the plugs?
I'm gonna tape them with painter's
No,
tape.
no. Take them off so that you could just roll right around them, and you won't get that build-up next to the plate.
Yeah, some of them.
I'll fly in tomorrow.
No, you can stay right where you're at. If you'd like to come here, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're going to your house in October apparently for the big 100. Can you imagine what it'll be like when you turn 100?
I hope I die when I'm 84. 82. Make it 80.
Why? You could
That
still.
means I only got 9 years left.
Why your
That's enough for me.
Your 80s can still be very, lived very well. I mean, you can really enjoy life in your 80s if you take care of yourself.
But I don't enjoy life.
Oh, you don't enjoy life? But what's the difference? I mean, whether you're 80 or how old are you now?
71.
71. Well, 9 more years you'll be 80. I'm sure you're going to make it to 80. At least. And then maybe 89. And then when you're like 94, I'll be like, wow, do you think I'll make it to 100? And you'll be like, I don't know and I don't care. We'll find out. And then when you get to 100, you'll be like, you'll still be talking about, who knows what you'll be talking about when you're 100, but I
I
mean,
hope I get hit by a car.
you want to get hit by a car?
That'd be the easiest way out.
Getting hit by a car sounds horrible. It's not an easy death.
Who cares if it's as long as it does the job?
Well,
I'm less interested in continuing to live. There's nothing left to live for.
well, I think
I've
that's.
done it all. I've done it all.
Yeah, but then that should be a good place to be when you've done it all, because then it's literally just about every day. See, you know that movie with Bill Murray, Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
He was trapped in a time loop. He couldn't get out of, the same Groundhog Day every day until he finally became happy and he realized that he was getting angry over everything. And then he fell in love with the girl, and then the movie ended. It's an interesting movie to watch. You should rewatch it because it's really all about anger management. I mean, if you here's a challenge, I'll give you a challenge. Try not to be angry for 5 days, 10 days, 20 days, 30 days. Imagine if you could go 30 days without getting angry about anything. That would be it's a challenge. It's very difficult because there's so many things that happen all the time where you're just like, motherfucker, this is fucking unbelievable. So, I mean, I went to the gym the other day and, the light turned orange as I'm through the intersection and the camera goes off and boom, I got another $100 ticket. And so you're just like, even when you go to an intersection and you see that timer counting down, 10, 9, 8. If you don't have enough time, and plus basically that means you can't even be going fast. So I'm saying like the speed limit here is 30, 35 now everywhere. You can't go over 35 anywhere. So I'm just saying you just have to drive very slowly here. And anyways, so my point is it's the same thing in life. People are road raging all the time in the real world, at work, in their car, they're, on the phone, on the internet. They're road raging, road raging, road raging. So the revolutionary or the enlightenment way to live your life, if you want to change your life, Mom, is to try to go 30 days without getting angry over a single thing. And you'll be like, huh,
well, I don't have the obsession of the telephone or the email or that stuff. I'm chill. People like a chill. They like being around me. I'm really easy going. It's you guys. Your age range.
Yeah, but you just said
twice as fast.
You just said you want to die at 84 and get killed by a car. Like that doesn't sound to me like somebody who's chill. That sounds to me.
That's one way. I could probably come up with a few other ways, but
if it
happens,
and you just said you've already.
I'll be lucky.
See, my point is, you just said I've already experienced everything, and everything is boring. So I'm just trying to point out that, like, if Dad has told me this too about being bored, about not having a job. This is the thing about Aunt Pat, at least, like the artistic, the manufacturing of art, and creating art. You'll never be bored because there's infinite possibilities. But people who are bored are essentially lazy. That's kind of what happens. They no longer want to create shit, and they just want shit to be automated for them. So that's just my opinion.
You just have to eat again. It's like life amounts to eating. You have to go get the shit to eat it. Or you can pay for shit food in a restaurant and be angry about it.
Well, this is what I like about living here, at least in northwest side of Chicago, is that I have 50 different good food options that I rotate, amongst. So my food intake is always high quality and always varied. I never get sick of what I'm eating. And then I try to find the most high quality food for the best price. And then I mix and match. I mean, it's and it gives you, and food is so amazing. It just tastes, some food is just so good. You're just like, wow, I'm in heaven right now. And it's fatty and delicious. But I just worked out, so I earned it.
Fatty and delicious. When's the last time you had a physical?
Last night. But yeah.
You should have a physical and probably a prostate check.
Oh yeah, I want some Indian guy from Hyderabad sticking his finger up my butt saying, "Oh, Mr. Kitover, your prostate feels very nice. To feel so good. How does it feel when I push here?" Oi!
Have you ever had one yet?
No, no, no.
No. How about you don't have colon checkups yet, right? Or do you?
Nah, no colon checkups yet. Nah, I'm good on the colon and the prostate for right now. I got bigger things to worry about, like paying my gas bill, paying my electric bill. Oh my god, the fucking utility prices are driving me crazy.
Okay, just checking to see if you're taking care of yourself. Do
Yeah,
it free.
I just
Free
went.
health care,
I just went to the gym today. I'm doing more pull-ups than I've ever done in years.
I know, but you gotta check the cholesterol, thyroid, all those checkups. And all that's what they do when they do a checkup. They do
What?
a blood draw and
What
it
were
tells
you?
them everything you're lacking.
How many boosters have you gotten?
Too.
And you got two vaccines.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I mean, there's so much information out there that I'm sure you don't even care about or have ever read about. But I mean, you do know that uh, it was probably a bad idea to take those, vaccines and the boosters. But
I think it was all a shit show for some deliberate purpose.
how can
I
you
think it
just?
was a cleansing to get people off of Social Security to save the system.
It was a purge.
I think there was a number of reasons to do it.
Yeah, it was a huge
They need
purge.
to, and when all those people that did die, and they had large estates,
Oh yeah.
so when those estates got cashed in, that's when the tax revenue came in.
Well, the thing is,
Yeah.
they spent trillions of dollars on loans, on borrowing. Heroes Act, 1.5 billion, 1.5 trillion. So the country's now at 40 trillion in debt. So that was the biggest scam, is all the COVID relief funding and buying 30 fucking million vaccines every month. I mean, the government,
And masks.
everything, yeah, masks, the rotisserie chickens, the incubators. I mean, this is the thing that I really dislike about life, is that it's like lawyers and doctors, and that's it. They're like those two fuckers, those two categories of reality control so much of the pie, and
Mm-hmm.
where your taxes go and how your life turns out. I mean, it's those two fuckers. And the worst one is the doctor, in my opinion. I heard this doctor at the gym today talking about how they can no longer get Medicare, and so they're switching to Medicaid Advantage as their way to
Medicare Advantage.
to lure new customers in, and they have to adapt with the times. And hearing this conversation, I was just like, ugh, what a yeah. I'm the same way. I got a lot of shit I got to do. I got a lot of paperwork I got to go through and finish. I got to send this appeal back to the Treasury and to their civil rights office. So today I'm going to draft the letter. And
I find by getting up at 6 o'clock,
mhm.
I get a lot more accomplished between 6 and 9 when I go to the health club.
Mhm.
So those are my 3 best hours.
Yeah, I agree. That's probably the optimal way to do it.
I'll be outside painting by 6:30. I just did wood putty on my posts
But
and sanded them today. Now tomorrow I'll put another coat on and then sand that, and then I'll paint that area. Whew. Okay.
all right, well, enjoy your evening, and I'll talk with you soon. And be well. And people love you. Be happy. Life is short.
Yeah. Someday I'll get a dog. Maybe that'll bring happiness to me.
You need to be. I don't know. The pop.
It's hard to find happiness when you live alone.
I think maybe you're just you're not. I think you need reprogramming. I think you need to be updated. I think you need a makeover and an update, like a software update in your brain.
No, I don't think I ever have been happy. I think I've been content because I've always stayed on top of everything.
Uh-huh.
But happy?
It could be your perspective, but I bet how much you want to bet it's your conditioning that all your life events, all your experiences. I honestly think a good book, is better than a lot of therapy. If you really read that book and it's basically meaning intelligence. It's like if you were smarter, maybe you'd actually be happier. That's the theory.
If you were smarter, you'd be happier?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that. I know some pretty damn rich people, and I would say when you have money, you just want to protect it and make more with it. That makes me content. Doesn't make me happy. Makes me better off than a high percentage of people that don't have any. So that makes me content.
So part of happiness is basically realization about who you are and where you came from. And that's why I say your conditioning has created such a powerful personality and identity that if you had like an ego death, so to speak, you would be happy. But you associate so much with your identity, meaning that if you go within, it's infinite within and it's infinite without. Like, you are the universe. So it basically comes down to meditation. And there's a saying, a Native American saying you might like. It says, if you can say it, it is not true. So, if you can say, I don't think I'm happy, well, then it's probably not true. You probably are happy, you just don't know it.
I'm content. God, I just had a real thought on that. No, it just kind of left me.
Oh, perfect.
I'm not angry. I know what I was going to say. My confidence is so rock solid
Mm-hmm.
that I don't feel anything can mow me down because I'm the human mower myself. Yeah, people think that because I'm gray haired and because I'm in a house like this and I can have them come in and ask them for quotes, they don't know you. So they always go off the charts thinking they can, rape you for money. And I just go, thank you very much for coming over. I will take your consideration. And I go, next. I've gone through so many people for this house. I hate people. I hate them. But what I do have over them is I've got the money because I have made it in this business. And they don't know that. And they think they got the upper hand. And they don't know that I've got the upper hand, you dumbass. So it's been a good feel for me. But now I gotta find something else. And I don't know what that other thing is.
Well, you should come here, in the summer and rent one of my apartments. And I can give you a bunch of good books, a good joint, and some Miller High Life, and you can go sit on my boat. Enjoy your summer.
Hey, you didn't get any takers for that boat?
No, just spam. I'm gonna lower the price.
What do you think about that? Would be risky. Rent it out.
No, I don't even have insurance on it. So if somebody I mean, I can put it on Airbnb, and I can try to rent it, but I just want to get rid of it. I don't even want to fucking manage that stupid. It floods. It's got water. It's got this. It's like I don't even want to deal with it anymore. I like going down there. I like the location, but fuck it. It's a floating bed for thousands of dollars a year. It's a waste of money.
Right. I agree. Before something happens, you know?
I told my friend Ryan, I sent him a picture. I was like, dude, check out the boat I got. He goes, congratulations, you got the shittiest boat in the entire harbor.
It's funny. It's funny. I'm gonna go sit in the bathtub and pour water on it, my dusty bag.
Okay, have a good evening. Thanks for the call. Love you. Talk to you soon.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay.
Call me sometime, huh?
Okay. Talk to you. Bye.
To being, oh, these are my kids, now this is my wife. We have seen that and understood it. I feel like just because y'all niggas don't have that doesn't mean that we can't understand that. Yeah, y'all have all these niggas rapping about the same thing.
When I said if.
Oh, okay, I'm still talking.
You hear this, Bima?
Be quiet.
Spam.
No, thank you. You see how the same thing of like these niggas be rapping about the same shit, and you can be on that. You can be like, oh, I don't understand why things don't stay the same. But if you actually look into women, not just black women, Southern women in general, like we will listen, Big Dolly, we will guide you throughout the whole fucking thing. There is a thing where Beyonce was that bad bitch, and we was like, yeah, we twerk on Beyonce, to being like, yes. Big mother, big auntie, big Solange. It's a movement that y'all are still doing the basic things of and not understanding how people grow. I feel like you think you're on this stage being like, oh, I'm that big nigga. All you're really showing us is that you a little nigga that don't grow.
What do you mean? What do you mean? So you think growing?
So I said if.
I
So I said
agree
if.
with you, but if you feel
I said so I said
You said
so I said
y'all niggas
so I said if.
person. So you wasn't
So I said
talking to two.
so I said if.
Go after.
I led with the if.
Your mic is so big right now. Why?
I'm sorry. So I led with if. I said if, right? Which means if. So if it ain't true, what is it? It ain't. Let it fly. Any event, number one. Number two, a movement, right? So she's matured and got a husband and kids. So that means her listeners should have a husband and kids. So I'm assuming, since you are caping for her, that there's a husband and some children around there somewhere. That's what I'm assuming.
I just wanted to add also specifically about the Monica Lewinsky lyric. When you compare her lyrically to other artists in her landscape, saying that is like imagery, but there are the girlies who are out there saying the thing with no veil, just throwing it out there, being very explicit with their words. And I don't think she's doing that.
Right. So there's Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion who want to talk about WAP, but then you got Beyonce who's doing it in a much more sophisticated way, which to me, I appreciate someone like telling you like it is more. Then you can just kind of throw them in the trash where they belong. But someone like Beyonce, she takes the good, this wholesome, beautiful image that she's created over the course of 25 plus years, and then she mixes it with this poisonous message that, you know, she makes the bad look glossy and glamorous. And that's almost a little bit more pernicious. So I agree. She's definitely not as gratuitous and as explicit as a Megan Thee Stallion or the Cardi B or whatever y'all want to tell, Sexy Red with the booty hole color, right? There's that very graphic approach. Then you got Beyonce who pretties it up. And to me, there's an argument to be made that that's even more gratuitous because she's putting gloss on a piece of shit. This message is not good. And trust me, if I know it, sitting here, I'm a nobody, and she definitely knows it. And I believe that she's compromising on her values. She was raised in the church. Listen to her for the second Destiny's Child album. They're doing a whole commemoration. You singing Amazing Grace beautifully. Okay, listen to when she got on with Michelle Williams, and they talk about when Jesus can't say no, whatever that they're doing it. So she knows, she has the awareness, which makes it even more of a sin to be so aware of the truth and to be so being prophetess, being so profiting. You're profiting off of selling people a poisonous message, especially young little impressionable girls. Especially, it's just sickening.
I don't.
Beyonce right now. Like, how young is her fan base?
Her fan base extends from people in their 40s all the way down to the teen girls who look at Beyonce as a beautiful image of what it means to be a woman. And I would be cool with that if she just.
But here's the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, guys, on top of that, are you saying the same things about, the male artists that are sending poisonous messages towards young
Come on, man. Let's don't do the whataboutism. Let's don't do the whataboutism. We can
Yes,
talk
my
about
message is just to answer her question, my message is consistent and across the board. Beyonce's just on the table right now.
Here's my
But trust
thing about the whole thing. It's like, I definitely feel like you feel like you're coming from a point, but I feel like you're really not coming. Okay, I'll be completely honest with you. I'm trying to say this in the nicest way possible.
Wait, can you repeat that again? You seem like you're going from a point, but not from a point.
She don't know how to be nice. She's about to be mean. That's all right.
No. She has something cooking, bro. She's like, you're going from a point.
No, I'm trying. I get where he has a point. I'm trying to be nice because it's like I definitely feel like it's different for different people. I definitely feel like I've seen conversations where I'm like, okay, y'all doing too much of black men. They feel this type of way. I feel like you feel that type of way heavy. Me personally, I don't feel that type of way heavy. Like, I don't.
I feel
Like,
that
I
type
don't
of way
feel
heavy.
that type of way.
Which way do I
No.
feel?
Hey, listen, don't interrupt.
No, but I understand what you said. I feel some type of way heavy. Which side?
It's gonna make sense once she lands, brother.
I feel like.
But just know she feels your way real heavy. Go ahead.
I feel like you feel the type of way heavy where it's like, okay, and I'm going to be honest with me, for example, right? I'm a black American. I'm from Memphis. People know this. Like, my grandfather was a sharecropper. My dad went to the Navy. He made his money. My mom's always spent that money. Like, it's, so me personally, I have been privileged, but that's what y'all niggas have worked for. Y'all worked for us to be privileged in the way that we are. But I feel like sometimes y'all still want us to step back into something that we've never experienced. And so that's what I'm saying, where I get where you're coming from, but I feel like me personally, like heavy is not something I've experienced. So I'm not like putting you down being like what you're talking about isn't true. What I'm saying is that's more of my daddy, grandfather type of shit, not me.
But what is
right?
something that you haven't experienced? What haven't you experienced?
Honestly, truly, I have not experienced a lot of racism or crazy shit. Like, honestly, that's why I'm such a girl's girl. Because the niggas don't be mean to me. Even in this room, like, Psych was in the room, me and him was going off on each other. Even when I said something that was funny, he was like, I'm going to let you have it. And he let me go. Like, he could have went off on me and really grabbed me by my hair and whipped my ass. But he was like, nah, all right.
Yeah, but I don't see how that's related to the Beyonce conversation. The fact that you haven't
What I'm
experienced
saying is, and I'm trying to explain it to you, what you're saying is all of these people have to experience things in a certain type of way, and we don't. Honestly, truly, Beyonce has done a lot for people, not just like in the idea.
Oh, another beehiver, that's what it is.
Yeah, but I don't understand. All I said was, according to Tommy.
I'm trying to land. Y'all don't, and I feel like y'all don't want to fight, because honestly, every time I fight with y'all, I win, and they be calling me mean for going off on y'all. So let me finish, because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like, shut up, because y'all gonna call me a bully if I just go off on
you wild, Nathan. And you doing it again, Nathan. You encourage this foolishness. Nathan.
He does. And I love that. I love that black men encourage this foolishness, because you know what? They got black daughters, nieces, they got their homegirls that they fuck with, and they be like, you know what, girl, go off. Period.
I would never encourage foolishness.
And you would never, but I would.
Exactly. I would too.
Y'all would never, but they would.
All right,
If I ran a crack house, if I ran a crack house, I would absolutely encourage people to just smoke crack too.
Set y'all up and kick y'all down, but I'm being nice to y'all, and I feel like y'all don't even respect that. For real. Y'all don't even respect the bare minimum of shit. Like, for real. Like, I will apologize and be cool with people, because I know, like, oh, okay, it's cool. Like, I'm not trying to do this too much. But y'all be thinking y'all on that bully, if I want him to kick y'all down and I was gonna talk shit to y'all from the top, I could do that.
All right, back to the subject. All right, go back to this.
Just be lucky if she don't want to.
You're a pussy. That's the subject. Honestly, no, they want me to turn up.
That's all right. I ain't worried about it. She came down with a bucket.
You're a pussy. You're a pussy.
It's like people itch to be ignorant.
All
You're
right.
a pussy.
Yeah, and it smells a lot better than what you got
That's
between
exactly
your
why
legs. With that wig on your head, take that wig off
you
your
have
head.
to say something to
Take
that
the
shit
wig
like
off your head,
Tyler
bro.
Perry
You wanna
ass
call me a
nigga.
pussy? Your pussy
Okay, Tyler.
smell a lot better than your
Okay,
pussy.
Tyler Perry. Okay, Tyler.
Anyway,
Okay, Tyler.
I'm
Put
looking
that
at
wig
wig
on
on your
and
head. Take that
shake
wig
your
off your
ass.
head.
Put that wig on and shake your
Take
ass.
that wig
That's what you
off
have
your
to
head,
do.
though. You walking around with
Take
that wig.
that,
Beyonce
put that wig on
Beyonce
and
got
shake
you
your
thinking
ass.
it's cool to
That's
wear
how niggas
wigs.
like
You
you
go
make
crazy
money.
with that wig
You
on
a
your head.
Tyler Perry ass
Anyway, I was
nigga.
responding to
You
Callie, and Callie,
never gonna
Cardi
do
B
that.
is making
It's
a
never gonna
stallion
happen.
over here.
Nah, it's never
Beyonce
gonna
is
get
doing
that
it in a worse,
It's
pernicious
never gonna
way.
get that bitch. I
Sophisticated
am your
because she's
Beyonce.
taking a
What
bad
you
message
talking
and she's
about?
putting lipstick on a pig.
And
You
that
understand
bad
what I'm saying, Tally?
message is better
Tally,
than
you
what
understand what I'm
niggas
saying?
talking about.
Tally, I was talking
No,
to you,
she
Tally. Can you
don't.
understand?
She
I ain't talking to
She
you.
don't.
You ain't
She
nothing but a
don't.
dog face. We saw your face. You don't got a dog face. You don't got a dog face. Your face is like a dog face. You should say dog face. Because that wig you got on your head, girl, I know you ain't talking no shit with that wig on your head. Take the wig off your head.
Yes, nigga.
Anyway, Tally.
No, leave her alone. Get the
Tally,
fucking
where
money.
you at, girl? I'm talking to you.
She got money and information. She don't
Tally,
need
where
it.
you go, girl? I was responding to your
She
point.
got green beans.
Can you respond to my point, girl?
No, she don't have
She
to
just want
respond.
to hear me drag you across. I can't drag you because your wig keep falling off. When I try to drag you with your hair,
I don't have
it
to have
fall off
a
because you got a wig
I
on
have
your
real
head.
hair. Ask
Take
your
that
mama
wig
about
off.
that.
Go put that
Fucking
PTR back up.
Ask your
Everybody saw that big old wig you had on there.
Ask your mammy about that shit.
Dog face, this dog face. You look like a dog.
Yeah. Dog face is giving a
Yeah,
pit
dog
bull.
face, not dog face. I'm gonna call you dog face from now on.
Your bitch is a
I'm gonna
dog.
call you dog face from now on. You ain't dog face. That
And I
face
love
like a
that.
dog.
I love that.
Anyway,
I
I'm
love
trying
that.
to get back to the conversation.
Quiet about how
You the one who want to take it there and call me a pussy. Well, I'm gonna call it right back to you. You call me a pussy. My pussy don't smell like the way your pussy smells.
I
And you got a
did.
smelly
You don't
ass
know how my
stinky
pussy
pussy.
smells because I was never going to lose
Sure
you. I'm
do.
not like you
So
are
you
now.
think just because Beyonce wear a wig don't mean you should wear a wig.
You're
Your wig is terrible.
disgusting. You're a loser
Anyway,
ass
can we move on,
nigga.
please? I
That's
want to
why
get
you
back
have
to
to
the
be
conversation.
honest.
Hey, moderators, are y'all going to moderate? Y'all going to let this girl
My
talk?
fault.
Come
All
on,
right, point
nigga.
of moderation. Point of moderation. Let's get back on track, guys. Wait, come on. Let's don't talk about people. Let's talk about the
That's
conversation.
right. Let's get
I
to
wanted
the
to say
talk.
this to man Fitty.
Nah, he want that smoke. Let him
Man
get that
Fitty,
smoke.
listen.
I fuck y'all got ladies.
Beyonce, regardless of what you feel.
Oh my God, Nick, you gonna do something about this?
When I was being nice,
Oh my God, here she goes.
when I was being nice,
Tell dog
y'all
face.
better like
Please
being nice.
respect the room. We don't want to hear your dog breath no more.
I
Let the
miss
man talk.
Yo, Nathan, this is your fault, man.
Nathan,
this is your fault.
Let the man.
All right. I had to spray some more. I just wanted to say this, though. Dollface and Man Fitty, listen. It ain't good to be mad at each other. It's good to be positive. Be friends with one another. Learn how to communicate your differences. Alright?
She
So let me
wanna
get
call
back
me
to
a pussy. I don't like her. I think she's cool, but she's trying to call me a pussy.
Nathan, I
You know what
want
it is, bro?
Nathan, this your fault.
This is
This your fault, brother.
You're ugly. Y'all ugly and y'all poor.
Alright, cool.
listen, there's this concept within relationships once what people call nagging or nagging or something like that. It's like when you be mean with someone that you're attracted to, take it as that man for me.
I'm attracted to that face. I'm sorry. When she put her real face up, that
Okay.
was disgusting.
Exactly. Call me ugly. I love that. I love this.
I did not like
But
it.
anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about.
She has that big wig on your head. That just made it all real.
Y'all two get your hands off each
I
other.
love that.
Stop it.
Stay away from me.
Like y'all two need a room. Y'all two all sexually
No.
frustrated.
I'm Team Nathan. I'm Team Nathan.
Come on, man.
I'm for it, baby. Keep these
You don't need
niggas
to be
away
having
from
that
me.
wig on your head. You too young. You got your own
Keep
head.
these niggas away from me. They're being aggressive.
Give me a pass,
I don't know why these niggas.
She got her own hair. Why she got to wear a wig? I don't understand it. You should be forced to wear your real hair.
I have a lot of
You catfishing people. Nobody.
Listen, you can't be Team Nathan, man.
And you want to talk to me about
Let's get back to the
You
conversation.
You can't do push-ups, but you want to talk about real
I saw
hair.
your PTR.
Shut
Your PTR is
I'm
terrible.
gorgeous. I know I'm gorgeous.
Dog face.
Yeah, I am.
G face.
Listen, that's why I give DOLL and the whole
No,
don't
not
say
at all.
about
It's
it.
DOG. You gotta
Because
spell
I'm
it correctly.
gorgeous.
DOG.
And you're mad about it because I would never want somebody like
Oh
you.
my
You
God.
like
Yeah, somebody.
prostitute.
I don't want
And
to
you're mad.
Nathan, take care of this.
I don't like women.
I don't want to move anyone down, man. Come on, don't make me use moderation. I don't like modern people. Please, I look at it as my weapon. I don't want to put anyone down. Anyway, let me just go back to what I was saying. Infinity, you gotta remember this, right? Beyonce is an entertainer. She started off as every black music. Let me not say it. The majority of all black musicians in the church. That's their stomping grounds. That's how they developed their talents, and from there, she used it, but she still paid homage. But she was never a gospel singer.
No, I know she wasn't a
black girl from the South.
but she's
She got
mixing
some
the
black
good
girl from the
with the
South.
bad. She's mixing the good with the bad. She's putting lipstick on the pig. That pig lifestyle of promiscuity and jump in, and want to go balling out. All of these horrible messages she's been talking about. Horrible messages going back to 2001, man. She shouldn't be pushing two messages. You can't be singing about Jesus on one end and then going over there, getting on the show with Michelle and Kelly, talking about when Jesus can't say yes, Jesus says no, whatever the lyric is. And then over here, she wants to talk about drop it like it's hot, Monica Lewinsky all on my blouse, drunken in love, all these horrible languages. You can't mix it. That's what's bitter to me. When you mix it.
To be fair, drunken love, she's talking about being a married woman, just to be fair.
Now, if you really listen to the lyrics, what she's talking about, go pull up the lyrics.
She's talking about being her husband, though. She's talking about her husband.
Yeah, you shouldn't be.
I'm no Beyonce fan. I'm no Beyonce. Listen, my wife said that. Baby, I'm no Beyonce fan. Anyway, shape, or form, I'm not going to pretend that I am. That's why I said if she is not mature, this is my opinion, right? I'm giving my opinion of her music because I don't listen to her music like that. I believe that as an artist, you should progress, which is why I have respect for the poet Jay-Z for no longer rapping about Big Pimpin', right?
Oh my God!
I appreciate that he has matured past that, and in a genre of misogyny and hyper masculinity, he said, "I'm going to humble myself and make a song to my family, chronicling my mistakes and showing the maturation." Right? That's what he did. Which is why I wasn't done yet. Which is why I respect him, right? And I said if Beyonce has not moved past, and yes, Tally, I like it. I like Beyonce better than Beyonce. I like it. So I'm still in it. Judge me as you wish. If she has not done that, then my critique of her is that she should, because I think at some point, especially when you're a 40-some-year-old woman, you should leave the club music alone and move on to more adult type.
That's all I'm saying. Don't devolve, bro.
My opinion.
Devolve.
But I will land by saying this. I do understand that the hive will come to a Beyonce defense no matter what. Beyonce could shoot someone, the hive would say, well, the person jumped in front of her bullets, traveling at a high velocity. That's what they're going to say.
I definitely feel like y'all be acting like just because we like Beyonce, we won't kill anybody for Beyonce. But it's really not that. Like, honestly, when we love girls and we're in a girls system, we are banging for our bitches. Like, okay, I don't care. Are you sorry, guys. My sister's talking.
This is the toxic justification all over again, fam.
Listen, hold on. Anyway, though, what I will say is, when it comes down to it, not bitch. Okay. But, like, honestly, I will say, when it comes down to it, I feel like, even when y'all say, like, oh, well, Jay-Z wouldn't do that. Okay, but we was all happy to see Beyonce, Blue Ivy, and Rumi on the tour. Like, it's like, why can't girls be happy and be supportive of each other. Like, why is that like a contention of a problem? I feel like even when y'all talk about things, so like Jay-Z didn't have another part of this. It's like, okay, well, he should have been off. And honestly, he was doing what he needs to be doing. He was in the background clapping for his daughters. He should be happy that all of his girls are on stage. His wife, his daughter, like that. You should be happy about that. Like, I feel like y'all niggas is acting like, oh, it's a problem.
So even if it's a question, manure, even if it's equestrian manure, the girls are gonna support it just because it's the girls, right? That's the
It's not even the question of manure. Like, I feel like y'all sometimes act like, this is why I can't stand, is because y'all be mad at like black people for like being great in certain things and like not.
I'm a black person. I love it. Black people are great.
No, okay, and we're all black. We're all black.
I don't think she's understanding me.
So why are you mad at people who are privileged?
I'm not mad.
People who are not privileged.
I'm not mad. I didn't express anger at Beyonce. Hold on, let me respond there real quick. Let me respond. I'm not mad at her, right? I specifically said she's upholding positive imagery and she's sneaking in poison. So yeah, you're right. It's beautiful to see the family up there together. So I can offer criticism and at the same time say, you know what, there's some good things about this image. I like the fact that they're representing a wholesome family. But on the other end, they're pushing poison at the same time, which makes it a problem. So I'm agreeing with you. There's certain aspects of her image that are things we should reach for, that we should put out there for girls. But when she ruins it by saying, drop it like a thotty and whatever else she's talking about, that's what I'm trying to say. It's a duplicitous message that is not healthy for society.
I'm not a question.
Why is all critique looked at as
because she don't know the difference.
No, she wants to know specifically. My sister has a question.
jealousy?
Because I want her now. What is the poison specifically? Let us know what Beyonce is doing